Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. You know, I usually come up with a topic a day or two in advance, and I had a great topic lined up. It's a question that I always get and I just don't know the answer to. I have a couple ideas, but I wanted to get some feedback. Maybe we can answer it together. The math just doesn't quite add up on some of these things on eBay, and I think it's a terrific question, and I want to know the real answer behind it. Now, I also had something happen to me yesterday. If you remember the last video, I said that I was going to film 2 videos in one day, and I didn't. This is the next day, and there's a reason behind it, and it's a topic that I never hear anybody ever talk about in the reselling world, or at least very rarely. I want to discuss it today, and we've got some great sales. Let's go take a look. People always ask me to see how big my yard is. It's a pretty good sized yard, y'all. Takes an awful lot to mow it. Thank goodness my dad's around and helps me mow it. There's Wallen over there. It's a little bit of a mess. We had some family over yesterday, but the eBay cave is down there. Hey, there's my wife too. I was going to talk about the math not adding up question first, but my wife just came in here and gave me a painkiller. And so I was sweet of her. I was going to put her on the video, but she's like, no, I don't have my makeup on yet, and she had glasses on, so I told her I wouldn't put her on, but she's very sweet. So I'm hesitant to talk about this because they're going to rip on me at being an old guy on the Trash to Cash podcast, but that's okay because I think it's an important topic. But I'm going to do this while I pick a few items here. And, you know, I used to be a teacher, which I say often, and where is this? I know it's right here. I sold one of these last episode, and I sold another one really quickly for $35 plus shipping. The Super Nintendo controllers, $35 plus shipping. They sell really quickly. I do like to part out different systems, but I like to sell some intact as well. But you can actually probably make as much or more if you do part them out. It's just, you know, you got to list them separate and ship them separate. I'm going to keep pulling items and talk about the topic, but you know, I've talked about this about, I don't know, 10 days ago now. I've been having serious back issues, which I haven't had in probably 3 years. And this stuff goes back a long time to high school baseball and college baseball back in the day. And when I was a teacher, this happened twice. One time was really bad. I could not literally stand up for a week. And that's part of the reason that I never mentioned this, but it's part of the reason I stopped teaching is because standing up all day long and, you know, being in a sedentary spot or walking around the room and walking on those hard floors was really tough. But there are protections when you have a real job. But you know what? There's no sick days when you're sick. And I've seen this in our Discord lately as well, where some people get sick. And when you get sick and the money doesn't come in, or maybe you can't even ship, if you're doing this by yourself and you don't have the help of people, it can be a real issue, as well as insurance and all those other things. And yesterday, after I filmed that first video, I gotta find this one. I think it's, there it is right there, Froggy Flips. After I filmed that first video, I was gonna film a second one, this one here today, and I physically could not do it. And I ended up basically in the bed for hours on end, and I couldn't. I'm gonna have to take these out of here so you can see them. I don't want to mess them up. I did not buy these, which means that either my dad bought them somewhere, or my wife bought them somewhere, or they came in that generous gift box from Maryland. And Maryland always tells us in the comments, so you can check it out. These are little lead figures, kind of horse and hound kind of figures. And they're from England. And they sold for $75 plus shipping. So Marilyn, if you're the one that gave these to us, that was an incredibly generous gift. And if not, then I'll give Blue Ridge Mama credit, because I don't think my dad would ever pick up something like that. So I got up this morning and I did all the things that I'm supposed to do. I did my stretches and did all the stuff that they tell me to do. And I told my wife, I'm like, I think I can film this video. I can pull all these things because I know where everything's at. It's really difficult for her to pull things. And she's actually done a video before. She did a great job on it, by the way. I said, but I'm going to need some help shipping. And she has a busy day today. Her kids are busy and got family in town. And so I called up Bubba's girlfriend. I'm like, hey, could you come help us out today? And she's going to come on over and ship this stuff for us. So it is awesome. But I thought, you know, there's a lot of folks out there who don't have that luxury and can't do that. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit today and get your experiences down below. And I know there's a lot of folks who are afraid to go full-time at this for all kinds of reasons, but one of them is the protections that your job offers you that you can't get when you're working for yourself. this mini box set. That was a great video. You guys go check it out with rod picking and punching and death pile picker. And this little box set right here, these minifigs, sold for $50 plus shipping. And so, you know, when I stopped teaching and when I stopped coaching baseball, because they pretty much happened at the same time, I was able to not have that stuff reoccur because I had the time. I'd be able to sleep, you know, another hour or two a day, and I'd be able to do the things that could keep me in shape better, and it's worked. I've really had no trouble since I quit my job until recently. And it's a little disappointing, but it did get me thinking a little bit and a little bit worried, because all of my income now comes from content creation, and I'm going to the 301. This is 2 days in a row. This has been on top. I didn't have to dig for it. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I can be able to go to this highway sale and get this content for the Commonwealth Picker channel. And I'm having a hard time just picking items in here. And this is my whole income. So it's got me thinking, you know, as I get older about health. And I know a lot of folks out there have sent me messages. By the way, this sold for $12 plus shipping. It is brand new. Where they've had to put their store on vacation mode or shut it down for months on end sometimes to deal with things. And I've met some folks out there who have had some serious health issues, far greater than this. And those are real concerns as well. So tell me your stories down below about health issues, and maybe the folks that would love to do something full-time that just can't because they don't want to give up their insurance, or they don't want to give up the protections that they have at their real job. I am headed back to the 301, however. So we're going to go. We're going to give it a go for sure. And like I said, feel better today than I did when I woke up this morning. And it's just going to be a process. And thanks for all the kind words. I'm not doing this for sympathy by any stretch. It is just an issue that definitely is something I don't hear people talk about too much, but I know it's got to be an issue out there for some folks. This is we have 2 more of the Hulk Hogan skull caps left, Hollywood Hogan skull caps left, and this one they're selling for like $15.95, I think. And a few of them have gone to viewers, and this one did as well. This one went to Eric. Just couldn't pass up the Hogan skull cap. When we saw the video, we collect, buy, and sell everything, but specialize in odd professional wrestling items. Been selling part-time for about 1.5 years, and you are one of our go-to people. Well, thank you. Phenomenal Finds, PH. Phenomenal Finds, PH for Phenomenal and Finds, ATL, on eBay, Instagram, Facebook, whatnot, and YouTube. Thanks again. So thank you. I hope you enjoy it. People ask me how I ship these. I just ship them in a poly bag. I mean, there's a little plastic piece, but I've never had an issue with it. If you're scared, then you can put it in one of the padded polys if you want to, but it keeps it super light. These are going out at the 4-ounce rate, which of course will be a little bit different coming up soon, but the prices will still be the same. It's 2 ounces right there. And, oh yeah, I did that because I want to thank Kim for buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. I want to get to the other topic, but I want to quickly thank my wife, she does a ton, y'all. She does a ton for us. She's doing all the cross listing, and she's got that up to, I think, almost 300 at this point, which is really cool. We've got 1,350-ish items. She's working on that, and she does a ton of shipping and many other things as well for my family, and I get Bubba's girlfriend too. So there you go. Uno special edition card game, Family Guy. That sold for $25 plus shipping. It's not a bad little sale right there. We're just keep getting closer to breaking even, and we got tons to go. So sometimes I answer questions, but a lot of times I'll just skip the question that I don't really know the answer to. And that's what this one is. So this came from Seymour Rass 3321. How are sellers, I just got a message blocked the screen. How are sellers selling books for what the shipping cost is? Am I not pricing the right shipping method? It's a great question, and I'm gonna give a couple of answers that might be the right answer, but I want some more folks to chime in below. And if you don't know what this person's talking about, it's not just in books, it's in CD categories, it's in all kinds of categories actually. And basically they're saying, hey, they put it out there for like $387 free shipping or something like that. And they have, you know, it's going to cost you media mail to ship it, roughly that. And like, how do you possibly make money? You've got to be losing money. I don't know what that was all about, but it does remind me of something. Reseller Clickbait podcast. I'll talk about it in a little bit on the show. And I've looked at those things too. I remember I used to be a baseball coach, and then I would coach Bubba as he was growing up. Shout out to Bubba, by the way. He helped me. We're at capacity, and he helped me clean out a second shed over here to put some of the stuff in, because we're going to the 301 and we're still processing from last week's garage sales, and we're getting a little tight. Anyway, so thank you for that, Bubba. I appreciate that. But back to the topic. So I used to buy these little baseball necklaces, and they were 99 cents. They started an auction at 99 cents free shipping. And they were coming from China. And so China had, I don't know if they still do, but I think they still do, these special shipping rates that was worked out in some government deal or something. I'm not quite sure with the post office. And they were shipping stuff cheaper than we could ship it here domestically in the United States. And to me, that is a huge issue. I don't see it near as much, so maybe it has been addressed. I don't know. But that's one possibility, but it doesn't explain a lot of these book sellers or CD sellers or whatever out there that are selling under what they could possibly make money on. There are a few answers that I think can contribute to this, though. And one is that people who sell in massive quantities get discounts from eBay itself on the fee side of it. I don't think they're huge discounts, though, certainly not enough to make that profitable. But if you add that with the fact that they're bulk sellers and people buy multiple items, if you buy 20 books at that price and then you ship it out, you can make money. And so they put things in place to encourage you to buy multi-quantities from them. Still, the model, I just don't see how the math can add up in my brain, but I think that's an issue as well. And I think, you know, people do these loss leaders, and then they're subscribed to their store, and they're like, oh, it's so cheap, and you just go on and buy 20 things. So you more knowledgeable folks out there than me, give me an answer. I'd love to see what some other folks are saying out there. So we have an Inaman headed out of here. Look at that. See, talking about misfit. That one's foot's got a little issue. I'll grab this one here. And I just am curious. This one, obviously, an Inaman, as always. Somebody asked about Inaman, and there is a video that explains it all. You can go check it out. I'll try and post it right here. And they bought that. I think it was Joy. And they left a comment. Hi, Kevin. My husband, Terry, and I watch your videos all the time. About 6 years ago, we started a Facebook Live business to make extra income. I'm a teacher as well, and you know we don't have a large salary. We do eBay as well, and now we're working on starting a YouTube channel to use for advertising our business. I think we like your videos so much because you seem to be a lot like us. Maybe we will run into you one day at yard sales, because we live in Virginia too. I hope so. And I'll get you a sticker. Actually, you don't need them, because whenever we auction these off, they come with all of our stickers, the big die cuts as well. So anyway, thank you very much, Joy. I appreciate that, and I hope he gets things moving for you. We sold a really old item in here. Shout out Brian Klaus, Philly fan. And this Philly troll doll hung around for a long time, actually. And we ended up selling it on 30% off. We got $13.30 free shipping. And it was part of a lot, I believe. So it's not huge money at all. But it's going to be a little bit of profit in here. And an old item is gone. Been in the store for over a year. Come on in. Come on, Boots. Turner is the cat whisperer, huh? All right, Turner's here a little earlier. We still have a bunch of sales. But he came in to visit, and I'm like, let's do your joke now. Plus, he brought a couple of friends with him. All right, what's your joke?
All right, why are pirates called pirates?
Why are pirates called pirates? I don't know why.
Because they just are.
That's so bad it's good. I love it. Very good. All right, I'm going to film you here. And actually, you know what? Let's do this, because Reagan isn't here today. And so I'm going to give you this sheet here. All right, so Reagan's doing CommonwealthPicker.com today. He's doing the thank you, because Reagan did the thank yous on the last time and did your joke. So what do you got?
All right. So thank you, Laura, for buying a blue shirt, and a CWP stickers.
You got it. Very good. Thank you. Do you know what Reagan says right here?
Don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Sold some VHS, and I didn't even buy these VHS. My dad did at a sale when I was out of town. I can't remember. Oh, no, I was up at a different sale, and he went to a a different one down in another town. And he bought them, and he buys a lot of stuff that sometimes it doesn't work out, but he buys them super cheap. And he does pretty darn good sometimes, and he knows I talk about horror movies and VHS and all that. So he bought these subspecies, 1, 2, and 3, and I think he paid like $0.25 a piece for them. And they turned out to be pretty good as a set, and they sold quickly for $38 plus shipping. And not much in the VHS world sells unless it's sealed, but VHS movies that are horror movies can sell sometimes. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I walked too far. I had to turn around. I sold this Bullworker right here. I don't know if I can get it out with one hand because the bat, there we go, is stuck on the end of it. And these little Bullworker workout machines, if you remember buying this, I was teasing Honest Tim with it a little bit, and Turner was with me, and we got it I think for $1, and this one sold for $38 plus shipping. Nope, I was wrong. It sold for $39 plus shipping. Let's do the American Bubble Boy 700 feet of bubble wrap giveaway. And if you send me an email, it's going to be the best way, and I'll tell you the code and the item that you have to put it on. You can't put any other codes because you're getting it for free. And like I have code Commonwealth, but that's for tape. You know, you can't put in any other code because it's not going to do any good, and you have to buy just that one product and then put the code in, and then you get it for free. If you want to buy something else, you got to go back and do that. So I'll give you the link to that specific one that it's attached to. So anyway, to the winner for today is Tim B4425. Congratulations on winning the bubble wrap. And I've liked doing these giveaways so much, and there's been so much positive feedback. I figured I would do something nice for the Reseller Clickbait podcast, because we rip on them all the time on the Trash to Cash podcast. And these two guys are great. Jimmy and Ken are just amazing people. And their podcast is terrible, but they are great people. So look at this, 57 episodes, only 347 subscribers. So y'all go over and comment on that video right there, and I will give away an Enema Man from comments in that video if y'all get them to 400 subs. The second of 3 3 viewer sales today. And it happened to be some video games, and these have been in the store a long time. And they went out at 30% off. They went to Tom. It's Cabela's PlayStation 2. And these only sold because they were 30% off. They were at $10 plus shipping. They don't want for something. They went for $7 plus shipping. And I'm going to read his message, but I just want to tell you about that alarm real quick, because it was something I had to set in my head, and it's a topic about eBay. eBay started pushing my shipping charges over to my PayPal. I have no idea why. It usually just comes out of the orders, you know, out of the funds that are in there. And so I've got to go in and fix that. I'm not sure what happened, but has that happened to anybody out there? I was reading through comments trying to figure out what happened, and it looks like it's not just happened to me, it's happened to some other folks. So I've got to go in there and fix that, because I don't want it coming out of there. I want it coming out of those funds. Although there is a benefit, if you do have a credit card, you could maybe use that and accumulate the points and all that stuff. But, you know, I don't suggest people do that, because credit cards get some folks in trouble for sure. This is Tom. You've been a viewer for a long time, Retro Obsessed, and he has a YouTube channel, I believe. Y'all go check out his YouTube channel, Retro Obsessed. And he says, hey Kevin, hope all is well with your family. Saw these and needed them for my gaming collection. Much appreciated as always. God bless you and yours, Tom. Tom, thank you. I appreciate that. I never know which way to go for the hat bin. I'm going to try this one out over here. It's one of the LU hats. And this actually was a viewer as well, and I didn't see it. So this is the third, and there's actually another one. So there was 4 viewer sales today, which is incredibly generous of y'all. It's a Nike one. I believe it's new. Yep, it's got the little sticker tag in there as well. And that one sold for $14.25 plus shipping. Thanks, Kevin, for the offer. This must have been one I sent out, a 5% or maybe 10%. See, no, it'd be a 5% offer. It was 15 for $14.25. This will replace my current well-loved hat. Thanks for all the great content. My family enjoys watching your videos together. We appreciate the knowledge, information you share. The reselling community, it has helped me start and grow my own store over the last couple of years. Tim, and he went to LU, class of 2000, Mitten Flipper. Have I met you, Tim? I know I met somebody that had gone to Liberty. I can't remember. Any rate, thank you for that purchase, and check out their store, Mitten Flipper. Appreciate it. All right, I have to go inside for the very last one. And I opened the door, and Pepper came in to say hi. So I got Pepper some treats. There you go, girl. And we're gonna go inside and grab the last item. And I gotta tell you, I rarely buy an item without knowing or thinking it's gonna sell, but this one, after I bought it, I'm like, I'm not so sure this is gonna sell. And a viewer bailed me out. So there are some serious benefits. Let me see if I can get it out. And I pictured it wrong. I wonder if Pepper, oh, there she is. You better get down. There she's leaving. And whoops, I'm dropping stuff. So this one, I pictured it, as you can see that deer back there. When I put a picture on eBay, I had the antlers on backwards. I had them on like this when they should be on like this, because that's how deer antlers go. And I paid $10 for this at a sale, and I'm like, I just don't know. But I thought, worst come, you know, to worst, I'm gonna mount it on the wall in the cabin, the other shed in there. And it was bought pretty quick, and it was bought by a viewer. Who knows how long this thing would have taken to sell if it wasn't bought by a viewer. So these are pretty cool though. There are like faux antler stuff that does sell, but I never saw one made quite like this. And so sometimes you just feel like you gotta buy something, and that was something I figured. I put a pretty low price on it. What I thought was a low price, looking at somewhat similar comps. But the lady who sold it to me, those folks were so awesome. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy it. And this is funny reading the comment. I watch you on YouTube regularly. This is the first item that I just had to have. See, you felt the same way as I did, I guess. Hopefully you saw that video. I can't remember what it was. It was the one where we found the Barbie. Any rate, this is the first item I just had to have, although I am not really sure why. That's what I thought when I bought it. I have been selling occasionally on eBay since 2002, and watching your videos makes me want to up my game. So awesome. Thank you so much. And send me a picture if you're on Instagram of that thing and where you end up putting it. Appreciate it. I had two questions that people asked me to make a video on both of them, or at least make it part of a video. One was about sell-through rate and how it's calculated and what you should look for. And I just give kind of anecdotal stuff. I basically just look at, hey, look, if there's way more listed than sold, then it's probably not a great buy unless you've got a huge margin in it and you can undercut the market. But I know they've talked about it more extensively on the Reseller Information Network. You can send them a message and ask them what video that was in, or maybe they'll discuss it on a live or one of their future podcasts. And then the other question was about how do you make an eBay coupon? And I haven't done a video on that, but I watched one that Courtney did on Bolo Buddies a while back, a long time ago, I think. And it was a good one. So you can go check that out. Just type in Bolo Buddies eBay coupon. You probably find it. And I just wanted to tell everybody thank you for joining us today, and I can't wait to see you next time. All right, y'all, so I did a few of the big things right here. That's all I can handle. I'm gonna go sit underneath my tree so Dave and Carrie can yell at me. I'm gonna come back in and do this one in a minute. But all the other stuff Erica's gonna do for us. So thank you. She's got a whole laundry list of stuff she's helping with today. So I appreciate you.